Hey guys, you're watching Let's Talk About Prepping. I'm Tyler, your host, and in this video, we're going to do a review of the Polestar Fire Starter once again. Some of you may remember that I have done a review of this product in the past, and that it sort of fizzled, quite literally. This product is a mixture of different things, but it largely seems to be somewhat of a wax substance. So I was sort of surprised that once it got burning, it didn't keep burning and didn't do the job that it claimed to do. I sort of suspected a manufacturer flaw, and not long ago, the owner of that company contacted me by email, having seen my video, and let me know that around that time, they accidentally did let a manufacturer flawed product get out onto market, and offered to send me these to give it another honest try. Now, I've worked in manufacturing, and I can definitely understand how that happens, and the fact that they wanted to correct it and make it right is pretty cool, and that they're confident enough in their product to get it back out there and let me try it. Now, it's also pretty cool for me because it means that my video comes up at least on a search for this product. Who knows after how much scrolling. But what we have here, if you're not aware, is a product with a pull string with a pyrotechnic ignition in there that's going to get a fire started, supposedly in 200 plus mile per hour conditions, lighting wet wood, and which burns for 30 minutes. Now, as before, I took this kiln dried firewood and sprayed it with water a couple days ago, left it in a garbage bag, and I just splashed more water on it to give it an honest test of whether or not this will work with wet wood. So what I'm going to do here, just sort of build a haphazard fire. I'm not going to try too hard on it because while I may be an absolute expert fire builder, not everyone who might buy this product is. So we'll just sort of slap something together here and see if it'll light it up. As you can tell, this wood is pretty wet and stringy. All right, let's give it a try. Smells like firework right now, because it pretty much is at this point. All right, so it sounds like the initial pyrotechnic has ended. It's sizzling more like a wax fire now. This is about the point where it failed last time. I'm simulating rainy conditions here. Well, it's definitely doing much better than it did last time. Last time it was around this point that it just fizzled out and died, which really led me to believe that the whatever substance it's made out of had too much moisture in it, which seemed very odd. This is definitely taking off in spite of the fact that I'm using wood that was definitely pretty high in moisture content, and that I'm dripping water on it as if it was raining. This would not be taking off as readily. This would be a pretty difficult fire to get started without an accelerant of some kind. So that tells me that at least these ones that I got sent are a proper fire starter. And you know what? That pull start ignition is pretty handy. Around the time that I originally reviewed this product, we were doing a little bit of a one-handed fire starter challenge. And I thought this would be sort of fun to show off as a cheating sort of trick. The premise there was sometimes if you're stuck alone in the woods, you might get injured to the point where one of your hands is out of commission. You might need to do things like start a fire with just one hand. Now, this kind of thing is geared as a little bit of an easy out for people who just want to start an easy fire and get on to whatever other recreational activities they want to have. But from the perspective of having something that in a quote-unquote emergency situation, like a rainy night on a hiking excursion, or maybe you're stuck in your car on the side of the road and you find somewhere you can have a fire, and you just don't want to go through the hassle of starting a fire using improvised materials, keeping one of these in your car could be pretty handy. So I'm willing to bet that at least part of this fire is being sustained from the wood and not just that fire starter. It's hard to say though. It's pretty wet wood. But we do have quite a while for it to dry out the wood. If it does burn for 30 minutes, that's quite a while. And with the size of this thing, I'm willing to bet that it's got enough BTUs to dry out enough of this wood to get a core fire going. But we'll hang out for a minute and find out for ourselves. Yeah, it's cooking. Alright, well, I am willing to change my analysis of this product. At least the ones that he sent me intentionally are working just fine. Now, lesson that I will take from this is that if you are going to use something, a manufactured product, or any product really, even if it is homemade, if you're going to use that and maybe even stake your life or your comfort or temporary well-being on that, you might want to test it out first, and definitely test ones from the same batch that you're going to be using, and test them out periodically, because if you do happen to get a dud, and nobody can really blame the manufacturer, duds happen, there's human error and everything, then, you know, it's definitely better to catch that before you're out risking your life with it. But kudos to these guys for seeing my video and wanting to rectify that. Hope that was interesting. Hope you'll stick around and see the next 2 testings of these when I review the other 2 in the pack soon. Anyways, hope you're all doing well. Everybody, stay safe out there.